Eddie, we should be out there snacking on bad guys. I need to be free.
We will get hauled off into Area 51. Live by my rules.
I'm sorry.
When Venom, There Be Carnage hit theaters in 2021, it carried with it the weight of fan expectations built up from the surprising success of the first film. The 2018 Venom movie had defied critics and become a box office sensation, proving that audiences were hungry for darker, anti-hero-driven superhero stories. So, when Tom Hardy returned to reprise his role as Eddie Brock, audiences were eager to see how the story would evolve and what new chaos awaited the symbiotic duo. This time, the stakes were higher, the action more intense, and the relationship between Eddie and Venom more chaotic and entertaining than ever before. The film picks up sometime after the events of the first Venom, with Eddie Brock trying to get his life back on track as a journalist while still dealing with his unusual roommate, the alien symbiote Venom. Their relationship has grown more complicated, filled with constant bickering and humorous disagreements over everything from food to morality. While Eddie struggles to regain his professional credibility, Venom yearns for freedom and excitement. Their dynamic, part buddy comedy and part inner turmoil forms the emotional core of the story. Tom Hardy's performance once again drives this complex duality, balancing physical comedy and emotional depth as he portrays both Eddie and the voice of Venom himself. The central conflict emerges when Eddie is given the opportunity to interview the notorious serial killer Cletus Kasady, played by Woody Harrelson. Kasady, confined to a maximum security prison, is a twisted, unpredictable figure who seems to have taken a particular interest in Eddie. During one of their encounters, Kasady manages to bite Eddie's hand, unknowingly ingesting a piece of the symbiote. That fateful bite transforms him into Carnage, one of Marvel's most dangerous and violent villains. This moment marks the beginning of a terrifying new chapter as Kasady becomes host to a red, more powerful, and far more psychotic symbiote that thrives on chaos and destruction. Harrelson brings a menacing energy to Cletus Kasady, portraying him as both disturbed and oddly charismatic. His performance captures the essence of the comic book character, twisted yet fascinating. Once Carnage takes over, Kasady becomes an unstoppable force of nature. The design of Carnage itself is a visual spectacle, sharper, more erratic, and terrifying compared to Venom. His powers are wilder, his movements faster, and his violence unrestrained. The scenes showcasing his transformation are among the most visually striking moments in the film, blending horror and superhero spectacle in a way that feels uniquely intense. As Cletus gains his new symbiote powers, he begins a mission driven by vengeance and obsession. His main goal isn't just destruction, it's reunion. The film introduces Naomi Harris as Frances Barrison, also known as Shriek, Cletus's long-lost love. Shriek possesses sonic abilities, capable of emitting powerful sound waves that can disrupt both human and symbiote alike. Her relationship with Cletus adds another layer to the chaos, blending romance and madness in a Bonnie and Clyde-style partnership of destruction. The pair's chemistry is both unsettling and strangely heartfelt, giving the film a twisted emotional core that mirrors Eddie and Venom's dysfunctional relationship. Meanwhile, Eddie and Venom's partnership begins to unravel. Venom's growing frustration with Eddie's restrictions and diet limited to chocolate and chickens instead of human brains leads to tension between the two. Their constant arguments escalate until Venom decides to leave Eddie's body, leading to one of the film's most comedic and heartfelt sequences. As Venom explores the world on his own, hopping from host to host, he experiences freedom but also loneliness, realizing that despite their differences, Eddie is the only one who truly understands him. This separation arc adds emotional depth to the story, showing that their connection goes beyond necessity. It's a form of symbiotic friendship. Director Andy Serkis, known for his motion capture work and keen understanding of character-driven storytelling, brings a distinct energy to the sequel. The pacing is tighter, the humor sharper, and the emotional beats more pronounced. Serkis manages to maintain the wild energy of the first film while refining its tone, creating a balance between dark action and self-aware comedy. The action sequences are more focused, especially the climactic battles between Venom and Carnage, which showcase an impressive blend of CGI spectacle and raw character tension. The cinematography and visual effects elevate the symbiote battles to new heights. Every tendril, transformation, and explosion feels weighty and fluid, making the fights visually exhilarating. The film also leans into a darker color palette, with deep reds and blacks dominating the screen whenever Carnage appears, emphasizing the contrast between the two symbiotes. The sound design complements this visual intensity, with Carnage's screeches and Shriek's sonic blasts, creating an atmosphere of chaos and dread that immerses the audience completely. Throughout the story, Eddie's journey is one of acceptance, not just of his role as Venom's host, but of the unconventional partnership they share. Their bond, though filled with conflict, becomes a metaphor for coexistence and inner balance. Venom, in turn, evolves beyond being just a monstrous entity. He develops a moral compass, however strange it may be, and begins to see himself as something more than a destroyer. This character growth forms the heart of the film, giving meaning to the wild spectacle surrounding it. When the inevitable showdown between Venom and Carnage arrives, it's as explosive as fans could hope for. The climactic battle takes place in a cathedral, a symbolic setting that mirrors the film's themes of duality, faith, and inner demons. The visuals during this sequence are both terrifying and beautiful, with stained glass shattering under the force of symbiotic combat and fiery light illuminating the chaos. It's not just a fight for survival, but a battle of ideologies, Venom's rough-edged sense of justice against Carnage's pure anarchy. The emotional stakes rise even higher as Shriek's powers create dangerous interference, forcing everyone into a desperate struggle for control. The resolution of the film brings the story full circle, with Eddie and Venom reaffirming their partnership. Despite their differences, they realize that together they are stronger and more complete. This conclusion sets the stage for future adventures, while also giving emotional closure to their evolving relationship. Tom Hardy's dual performance remains the film's standout element. His ability to switch between Eddie's vulnerability and Venom's gruff humor makes every scene magnetic. The chemistry between man and symbiote is as essential to the film as its visual effects or action sequences. The movie's post-credit scene sent shockwaves through the audience and the broader superhero landscape. Without revealing too much, it hinted at the possibility of Venom crossing paths with characters from other cinematic universes, teasing fans with endless possibilities for future crossovers. This small yet powerful moment fueled speculation and excitement, making it one of the most talked-about post-credit teases in recent years. From start to finish, Venom, Let There Be Carnage delivers on its promise of action, humor, and emotional depth. It embraces its comic book roots while forging its own identity as a darkly comedic buddy film wrapped in a monster movie. The film's success lies not only in its visual spectacle, but in its commitment to character-driven storytelling. It takes the strange, chaotic bond between Eddie and Venom and turns it into something surprisingly human, a story about connection, control, and acceptance amid the madness of alien symbiosis. In the end, what makes Venom, Let There Be Carnage memorable isn't just its thrilling action or chilling villain. It's the dynamic between two beings, learning to live with each other's flaws. The movie balances absurd humor with genuine heart, reminding audiences that even the most monstrous partnerships can lead to redemption. With its fast-paced narrative, bold performances, and unapologetically wild tone, the film stands as one of the most entertaining entries in Sony's expanding Marvel universe, leaving fans eager to see where Venom's journey will lead next.